Well, hello and welcome one and all to what is a very special day on the English football scene. It's the day Arsenal meet Manchester United, two giant institutions of the game that also happen to be amongst its most decorated. This a fixture which has been globally recognised as one of the defining rivalries of recent years. Rivalry often personal between managers and players, and down to the fact that both have so excelled. Every game akin to gladiatorial combat and decorated with wonderful attacking football, crunching physicality. Faces have come and gone and rivalry has entered into a new era, but there is one thing that never changes, and that is the fact that neither of these sides can bear the idea of losing to the other, and that on its own a factor sufficient to make this utterly unmissable. And few venues rise to an occasion quite like this one. It is, of course, the world-famous Old Trafford. Genuinely a heavyweight contest, North against South, London against Manchester. It is tribal.
You can always count on there being something dramatic happening when these two come together. But there have been a fair share of grinds too. I'm expecting both sides to try and maximise their attacking threat, because when you look back over the years, the potency has been the big factor with these two teams, and always a hard one to call, but never far from exciting.
The action has already started. He's got away. Just coming up to the 30-minute mark. Otto, just like so many of his contemporaries, is proving very good at driving forward. Costa Curta. Bellingham. I'm not sure how the stats look in terms of expected goals, but nothing actual has materialised so far. Rice. Just 5 minutes left until the break. For Rice. Adams. Costa Curta. Son Heung-min. Rice. And there is the half-time whistle. Well, perhaps not full of thrills and spills, but a game which has been of a very high level, certainly defensively, as both teams walk off unscathed. A tight affair, 0-0 at the break.
Which way will things go in the second half?
Where do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
It's been a pretty abject performance. No efforts at goal. I'm struggling to remember the last time we had that.
No goals at this stage, but certainly not devoid of action. It is 0-0 here at half-time. And the game has already resumed here.
Arsenal really can count themselves lucky not to be behind at half-time. Couldn't really work out what they were trying to do, actually. Letting themselves get dominated like that, it's very confusing.
They're taking a moment to consider their options. Otto. Saliba. And De Ligt. Beckenbauer. Now Ødegaard. It's a pretty loose pass. Aims beyond the defence. Now it's Son Heung-min. He's one-on-one. He's got the shot away! No mistake! And that is the goal we've all been yearning for.
Yeah, I'd call that transition with bite. They won it back and bit hard.
Manchester United have penetrated for the first time.
Well, listen, a few words of advice and encouragement from the manager during the break can often straighten things out, and it's paid off here.
That's been intercepted. Haaland. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, considering they're only one down, they're closer to conceding a second than scoring a leveller.
That is great defending, so alert.
Well, it's good stuff. This is better.
This is a really front-footed approach.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
think that's offside. Yes, it is.
Substitutions taking place.
Time then for the first substitution of the game. So a double change here, and both changes are offensive.
It's a bold move. The manager's made his intentions pretty clear. He's going for this.
And it's Son Heung-min. Lovely feet. Has a shot! And for sure, that was not one of his best.
Son Heung-min knew immediately he didn't catch that to his liking, and his face was a picture of dissatisfaction.
Arsenal are making a change. After this, just one opportunity to do so. Son Heung-min. Great chance! Now, who's going to be first to this? And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Just 5 minutes left.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
Now it's Mbappe. Well, played right into his path. He's through, it's great hit! It's anyone's ball now. Oh, he's been caught napping. He's got Okazaki! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. He's looking to set free a runner. And that's that. So in the end, one goal did it. An exciting encounter where both sides produced a genuine effort to go on and win it, but neither was able to add to the scoreline in the end.
There you have it, a fine win.
Well, how will we look back on that?
Well, you can never predict the results of these games, as your usual indicators like form become pretty irrelevant. It's a tough one to
Well, hello and welcome one and all to what is a very special day on the English football scene. It's the day Arsenal meet Manchester United, two giant institutions of the game that also happen to be amongst its most decorated. This a fixture which has been globally recognised as one of the defining rivalries of recent years. Rivalry often personal between managers and players, and down to the fact that both have so excelled. Every game akin to gladiatorial combat and decorated with wonderful attacking football, crunching physicality. Faces have come and gone and rivalry has entered into a new era, but there is one thing that never changes, and that is the fact that neither of these sides can bear the idea of losing to the other, and that on its own a factor sufficient to make this utterly unmissable. And few venues rise to an occasion quite like this one. It is, of course, the world-famous Old Trafford. Well, this is undoubtedly a mouth-watering encounter. Certainly it has played a significant part in the history of the English game.
You can always count on there being something dramatic happening when these two come together. But there have been a fair share of grinds too. I'm expecting both sides to try and maximise their attacking threat, because when you look back over the years, the potency has been the big factor with these two teams, and always a hard one to call, but never far from exciting.
The action has already started. Tony Adams, now there is a proper defender, Jim.
Well, not too many Englishmen can rival his leadership qualities, Peter.
He just had so many strengths. You could go on all day about him, couldn't you?
Well, the epitome of solidity, thanks to his winning mentality and ability to organise a back four. You don't argue with Tony Adams. You do what you're told.
Modric. It has been a rather gentle affair so far. And it's Beckham. Torres. Oh, good ball. He has a go! Goal! Arsenal! The breakthrough strike.
It was wonderful vision to see the movement ahead. And how about the weight of that pass? Ideal.
Arsenal are in front now, the game's only goal.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point, and the score is 1-0. Skillfully cut out, he is so at ease on the ball. Beckham, now Skriniar. Costa Curta cuts out the pass, and they can counter here. Mbappe. Bellingham. And here's Okazaki. Bellingham. Bellingham! It's off target and by quite a way.
Yeah, on another occasion, all that went wrong may come right.
He's done very well to take that back. Costa Curta. Beckenbauer. Costa Curta. Ball is over the line. Adams. And he goes cross-field, and it's Son Heung-min. Oh, no joy this time. Odo. Oh, he's found support out wide. He's shifting through the gears here. Oh, he's seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense. 15 minutes till half-time. Son Heung-min. He's found a way through. It's Okazaki! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Backward it goes. He's got a sight of goal! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Manchester United with the corner, there first. In for a header! Well, he should have done better, and he knows it. Manchester United have reclaimed it. Neymar. Beckenbauer. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Well, that's been cut out, well played. Modric. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Okazaki. Oh, that's fabulous. Distributed tidily. Rice.
Look, movement creates more options, and that was really sharply done.
Vinicius Junior. And there's green grass ahead of him. Ah, that's a fine interception. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
That was just poor decision-making and a weak execution.
Haaland, and a header! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
And this could be the final action of the first half. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Chance! Manchester United have their third corner. And there's the end of the first half. Steady, solid, and for now, where they want to be. Just one goal, and they have it. Good effort from both sides, but at half-time, it is 1-0.
That's the first half.
There's plenty of positives to take, despite the lead being so small, Peter. I think playing well, good energy. A little more composure up front, perhaps. That's not too much to ask.
Arsenal head for the dressing room in possession of a 1-0 lead. The action is back underway.
Arsenal really need to go and grab another goal now, Peter, if they're going to go on and secure this.
Haaland was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Rice does really well to win the ball there. Oh, this looks sharp. Manchester United can breathe again, just.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
Son Heung-min! Neymar, who's set up one goal so far, just eases him off the ball. Shot could be on. Good challenge. Excellent challenge. Mbappe providing an outlet on that flank. Oh, he's found him in space. Oh, the ball's run loose here. Torres unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Brilliantly cut out. And it's Beckham. And Beckham! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Manchester United are looking to go forward now. Arsenal are ahead here by what is still the only goal. Skriniar, Modric, Mbappe in acres of space out wide. Oh, important interception. Got a shot away. They want to be quick to recover this.
The attendance for this match was 72,306.
Arsenal have their second corner now. Keeper has taken decisive action. Stood up well to him there. And now a sudden chance to counter. Now it's Mbappe. Now it's Okazaki.
That's what has to be done now, no question about it.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Your impression so far, Jim?
There's a lot of football still to be played, Peter, so ideally they need to maintain an attacking endeavour.
Son Heung-min has it out wide and in space. Up he goes! And it's in! Manchester United are back on level terms.
That looks like a preconceived plan. Win the ball and then unleash.
The goal scorer after 69 minutes is number 8, Erling Haaland.
Manchester United grab the equaliser and we're all square.
Yeah, it's a very good contest with two very good sides, and with such great individual talent on show, it could go either way.
Played out towards the right wing. Played back in. There's the hit! That is ended up in no man's land. Bellingham. Modric. Fernando Torres. Always onto this. Now it's Neymar. And he's on his way! Neymar showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Into the last quarter of an hour. Oh, well played, well sorted out. That has been cut short. Oh, we expected better, and so did he. That looks a cracking ball. Mbappe!
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
Haaland! In with the challenge. Oh, that's a very decent ball now. Whistle's gone, that's foul.
Substitutions taking place.
This is the sort of thing he craves, a chance to make a telling impact.
Great. And he's going to Rex. Oh, nearly, but nearly is nothing.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a bit disappointed with that, Peter. You would have fancied him to at least hit the target.
A game with so much to recommend it. Fabulous contest, but still no clear winner.
Well, a goal either way at this stage would qualify as a steal.
And here's Neymar. Back into the middle. Beckham. Oh, well played, well played. And it's Son Heung-min. And here's Mbappe. Well, that was a period of possession which carried just about no threat at all. And here's Son Heung-min. He's picked his way through. Up for a header! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Oh, just needed a better contact.
Well, this is simple. The supply is to be admired. The defending is to be admonished.
Odegaard. And he cuts out the supply. Bit of a communication breakdown there, it seems. Time added on will be 2 minutes. He could be in here. And that is it. There will be penalties.
Well, both managers would have preferred not to go this far, but here we are. It's about nerve control now.
I'd like to draw your
And it will
attention
be
to the
decided
screen
by the
right now for
melodrama
information
of
on our shuttle
penalties.
bus service.
Haaland first in line. One 0.
Well, he totally nailed that penalty, picked his spot, and didn't change.
Nunez steps up for his penalty.
Never looked in doubt, really. He just did what he was asked.
Son Heung-min is second man up. Terrific penalty, unsavable.
Looks like he's done it 1,000 times. Never looked like missing.
It's in, too smart for the keeper.
Yeah, it's a guessing game for the keeper, and he guessed wrong.
Mbappe is third in line. Oh, no!
It's a brave attempt, but he really should be getting it on target.
Mbappe will take the third penalty. Great stop! And the keeper punches the air.
Well, he had a little look at the goalkeeper, and maybe that put him off.
Rice is the fourth man to step up. And the keeper's come up trumps.
Well, he felt the goalkeeper outstared him there, which gave him the edge.
Jorginho is fourth up.
Pick your spot, don't change your mind, and the keeper should be neutralised.
He must, but can he? Saved! And there's your hero! Arsenal have come through in the most dramatic... Well, it is undoubtedly one of the most eagerly anticipated fixtures in the English game, as two historical heavyweights square up to each other, ready to go blow for blow in what remains one of the game's intense rivalries. There are some that argue, and with some validity, that the significance of this fixture has diminished to a small extent since its heyday back in the 90s and mid-2000s, when these two teams were lapping up the lion's share of silverware season after season. Times have changed since, thanks largely to the emergence of other ambitious teams, but there is no doubt that this remains one of the hottest tickets around. It has the history, it has the hype, and it has always provided high entertainment. Red is the colour, the only colour. We bring you this game, of course, from Old Trafford, Manchester. Genuinely a heavyweight contest, north against south, London against Manchester. It is tribal.
You can always count on there being something dramatic happening when these two come together. But there've been a fair share of grinds too. I'm expecting both sides to try and maximise their attacking threat, because when you look back over the years, the potency has been the big factor with these two teams, and always a hard one to call, but never far from exciting.
The action has already started. Son Heung-min looking to get on the end of this. And that's put paid to a promising move. Mbappe! Great chance! Goal! Manchester United!
That looks like a preconceived plan. Win the ball and then unleash.
So, a breakthrough already. Neymar. Odo. That's a nicely measured pass. Oh, important interception. Belletti.
Arsenal are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
And he goes cross-field, and it's Son Heung-min. Bellingham. Ødegaard. Neymar. That has ended up in no man's land. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Out to the left it goes. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Neymar. And here's Son Heung-min. Saliba kept his eye on it, and he's there. Okazaki. Oh, look at the it's Okazaki! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Manchester United with the corner. They're first. And he's had a hit! Missed by a fraction. Odo. Now it's Neymar. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge.
Really has the confidence and skill to be able to hold the ball up like that until support arrives a little sooner, and just maybe there he overdid it slightly and should have released it because the support was arriving quickly.
And here's Son Heung-min. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Costa Curta gets over and into... Haaland! Really tidily gathered, and ultimately a more than tidy finish.
Well, I think the keeper has every reason to rip into that defence for allowing him to get into such a good position.
And yes, it's him again. So that's two now without reply.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it, now they have it.
And that's left him on the seat of his pants. Arsenal are in need of a lift as we head up towards the break. He's in here! Odegaard, Rice gets a foot in here. Saliba kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Beckenbauer. Nice sequence of passes this. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out.
Fernando Torres really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Haaland unable to make it happen for all his good intentions.
There will be 1 minute added time.
So it's Son Heung-min! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Shot a goal! Well, that's a foul. Simple decision for the referee. The ref's been lenient here. I doubt he'll get too many more chances. And it's half-time here. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Well, it's looking pretty straightforward, Peter. They've got themselves into a very good position, so why dither from here when they can repeat their first half success with another show of strength?
First half is up and things are looking good. Let's hope for another good show in the second half.
And that's the start of another 45 minutes.
Look, before they might get too carried away with thoughts of getting back into the game, they can't afford to slip up and concede another. The next goal.
Can he finish? Now, who's going to be first to this? And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Son Heung-min in acres of space out wide. Son Heung-min! It's a loose ball.
Well, the moans and groans from the stands now are very audible.
Fernando Torres. Nice physical challenge. Now it's Neymar. Lovely bit of skill. Beckenbauer did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Manchester United. Mbappe! And the ball's come loose here. And he lines up a cross. And that has been cleared. And that has put paid to that. And that is a little undercooked. And now they can clear their lines. Well timed, excellent interception. Mbappe. And he has slightly undercooked that one.
Arsenal clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
The attendance for this match is
Jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. Neymar is sporting a guilty look after that.
Yeah, the idea was right. The delivery wasn't. They can revisit that further on. Been there, done that, unfortunately. You immediately want to have another go. Believe me on that.
Darwin. Neymar. And he's managed to get free. Otto. Now it's Neymar. Now Odegaard. Nunez. Decent hit! Goal! Just one goal in it now. Game on!
Well, a 1-2 is easier to pull off than most dribbles, and I think we've just seen the proof.
This is threatening to become a really good game.
I think they can sense a comeback here, and so can this crowd. It's all systems go now.
And it's Son Heung-min. Mbappe. Mbappe! Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
It's easy to say it, but difficult to stop it when runs in behind are being made like that.
Interesting ball. Oh, and he's through the middle. Oh, that's well spotted. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Quality deserted them when they really needed it.
Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Nunez. Chance for the header! They've done it! Right back in it! Almost no time remaining. Game still on.
Well, there's always a chance of being caught like that when you surrender the football.
And now he has two. We have ourselves a real game here.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
He's had it taken off him. Bellingham. Manchester United looking to pass their way through. It's a sweet ball, that.
Well, they deserve an awful lot of credit for their commitment to the cause, but it's a goal credit that would be most welcome now.
Oh, it's Okazaki, and he's certainly onside here. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. And he's had it nicked away. Fernando Torres. Oh, just skips past his man. There's the hit! Oh, should have put that away.
Nunez fully appreciates that he could have won it then, and now he'll be all the keener not to lose it.
Substitution on the field. Number 22, Bellingham. Coming on to replace him is number 11.
Keeper's dealt with that.
You wonder if that's it now, but there may be one more opportunity, Peter, for a late steal here.
Now the finish! Oh, what about that? And that may just do it! Lacking for neither time nor space, it could scarcely have been more straightforward.
Yeah, it's simply tragic defending when a renowned finisher is ignored. It's how he built his reputation.
Having turned the game on its head, now can they hold out?
There's still a bit left in it, Peter, but they should find it necessary to avoid a slip-up now.
He's going to be disappointed with that. Fourth official showing that there will be 3 minutes of added time. Adams. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Mbappe. Driving on and making good progress. And he cuts out the supply. And that's it. So the winners bullish and belligerent after a remarkable collective effort. Fall behind they may have... Well, hello and welcome one and all to what is a very special day on the English football scene. It's today Arsenal meet Manchester United, two giant institutions of the game that also happen to be amongst its most decorated. This a fixture which has been globally recognised as one of the defining rivalries of recent years. Rivalry often personal between managers and players, and down to the fact that both have so excelled. Every game akin to gladiatorial combat and decorated with wonderful attacking football, crunching physicality. Faces have come and gone and rivalry has entered into a new era, but there is one thing that never changes, and that is the fact that neither of these sides can bear the idea of losing to the other, and that on its own a factor sufficient to make this utterly has a goal! So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Yeah, the goalkeeper, Wojciech Szczesny, Peter. He's got incredible reflexes, and that makes him one of the best shot stoppers around. He's also very comfortable when he's under the high ball or coming out for crosses. And having someone like that just easing the pressure on that defence can spread confidence very quickly.
Yes, getting the best out of him will count for so much. Torres receives it. Torres! Goal! Arsenal!
That looks like a preconceived plan. Win the ball and then unleash.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Beckenbauer gets across to intercept that. Oh, he's found support out wide. He's got away. Tries a shot! Mbappe! It's in! And again, they simply do not know what has hit them. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, it still had to be finished off, so well done to the goal scorer, but the keeper should have done a lot better.
Arsenal are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down, but they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
Decent ball. Neymar, and they can counter here. Neymar proves just a little bit too strong. Well, that pass isn't the best. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Oh, that just required a bit more oomph to reach its target.
Ended up in no man's land. Now it's Mbappe. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Okazaki. Belletti. Belletti. He is through here. Hits one. And he's really put himself on the line here. Manchester United with the corner, there first. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Arsenal has a shot! And he's only too happy to... Bellingham! Oh, and that is really good tenacity. Manchester United have their second corner now. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Darwin, and he's had it nicked away. Can he latch on to this? Odegaard. And that's surely a foul. Free kick. Adams. Mbappe. Now it's Torres. And that has left him in a heap. Nice sequence of passes, this. Mbappe. Now it's Haaland. Now it's Okazaki. And it's Belletti. Half-time coming up, and little doubt as to which of the two sides is the happier. Great hit! He's got a goal! Really tidily gathered, and ultimately a more than tidy finish.
Yeah, it's simply tragic defending when a renowned finisher is ignored. It's how he built his reputation.
Manchester United get themselves back into contention.
Well, it was important they didn't get ahead of themselves and lose their discipline. This game plan could near well reward them with an equaliser.
Well, that looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. No second thought, a straight red card. Well, there may be some scope for debate over the seriousness of the offence, but none over its repercussions. They'll have to see out the rest of the game with 10 men. And it's played forward. Son Heung-min providing an outlet on that flank. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Yeah, the idea was right. The delivery wasn't. They can revisit that further on.
Nunez! Sticks it away! 2 up now, and they are cruising. Just so calm under pressure, and he managed to fashion a fine finish.
Nunez demonstrated great strength there. I mean, he really had to hold his man off and just create enough room for him to be able to get the shot away. And I think it's just top play.
Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
Well, everything is going to plan, Peter. A day for a regular managerial heartbeat, at least for one.
Well read, nice interception. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Now it's Son Heung-min, he's picked his way through. And we hit half-time.
Well, it's hard to say whether a 2-goal advantage under these circumstances is decisive or not, but so far I haven't really seen enough to indicate that the opposition can come out in the second half and improve to that degree.
Arsenal are broadly in charge, but the contest is still alive at 3-1. And the action is back underway. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. And he's made sure that's not getting through. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Arsenal clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
He could be in here. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Mbappe. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Neymar, Beckenbauer does well to get it back. Odo. Ødegaard. It's a good spell of possession, this. Oh, we expected better, and so did he. Mbappe. That has been cut short. Looks a good ball through. Manchester United have a free kick. Just a whisker away. Bellingham. Now it's Son Heung-min. Costa Curta. Neymar. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
That was just poor decision-making and a weak execution.
Neymar. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. And a shot! And it's there! And the lead is extended still further.
Look, there just wasn't much of a gap to begin with, and to find it, I think it was a fine drive, and I don't think the keeper could have really planned for that. I think he's a bit unlucky in that instance.
He's won on Mbappe! He's kept it out just.
Yeah, they got away with it, but that was a defensive letdown to see him march through like that.
He's going to be disappointed with that. Pass somewhat off target. And he cuts out the supply. Bellingham. That's headed upfield. Well timed, excellent interception. Has a look and has a go. And the keeper has done enough. Top stop.
Well, talking about playing into your opponent's hands, that kind of thing is not going to get them back into this game.
And now they can spring out of defence. Well, nicely intercepted. Son Heung-min. Bellingham. Costa Curta. Oh, that's neat.
That's good play from him.
And now the hit! And the keeper couldn't hold it. It's in! And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Look, that's one of the first things you learn, whether you're a striker or not. Just anticipate a goalkeeping parry or spillage, and sometimes you'll get lucky, it'll come your way.
So, just a consolation, or is there a way back from here? Bellingham. Now it's Mbappe. Foot in. 75 minutes played. Mbappe had a really good go at breaking through, but ultimately he was just about kept out. It's a big chance! Mbappe! He should have put that one away.
Mbappe is fully aware of how important that could have been. Probably game, set and match.
In for a header! be livid with himself.
That was good defensive pressure to give him less manoeuvring room.
Now that looks a decent ball. Son Heung-min stood up well to him there. And that is as far as they're going to go. Real chance! And here's Torres, and the shot! It's a goal! And he is just ripping it up!
Well, we've seen the hunger to win it back and the focus to make it count. A very tasty combination.
Number 10.
Clinical, just clinical. What a game this is turning out to be for him.
Oh, he's been unstoppable in this match. Every single time he's been in possession, he's looked a threat.
Arsenal grab a 3-goal lead. It's just too easy. Looking tidy in possession here. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Fernando Torres. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. And he's heaved it away. Played back in. Now it's Darwin. Interesting ball. He's got the shot away! It's in! Result no longer in doubt. It's just about how many.
Well, we could be a little critical of that defence then, but the timing was pretty much perfect.
And very quickly, the substitute made his mark.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
It's become a case of men against boys.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell.
Decent hit! And yes, it's there! How many, just how many? The gulf in class is vast.
The goal scorer for Arsenal.
Well, I think we've reached the point when even damage limitations is no longer an option.
And now he has two. Arsenal. So that's it. It is all over. Arsenal really have hit the heights. A tour de force that has left their opponents reeling. And that is what...